credit's due to her for things in the family. It's just God's will to be together and to get us laugh together and appreciate it. I practiced everything on her. First baptism, doctor. So you sure about this? And I said, yeah, it's your word. And I was glad that I could. She said I made her laugh for 50 years.
Brother Jack had a dream when he was a child. And in this dream, he was run over by a tractor. He was on a farm. And he went out to his relative's farm, I think, that weekend probably. And in the process of running and playing, I think he tripped and fell. But anyhow, this tractor was coming along and it ran over him. And it stopped just short of his head. Now, he had heard a voice in this dream the night before, or however long it was, that he would be run over by a tractor, but he would be all right. So that was one particular time the Lord spoke to him and warned him in a dream. And then another dream he had was of a place in Dixon that's called Lord's Hill. The family that lived at the top of the hill was named Lord. It was John Lord. And so he had this dream, vision, whatever you want to call it, of this hill. And the Lord's voice spoke to him and said, "This is the way you will go." Of course, as a child, he didn't know what that meant, but then years later, it came back to me.
The biggest blessing in my life was the day that Brother Jack got converted. For more than one reason. But God had dealt with us through our lives, and the Lord was dealing with me to turn my life over to Him. And I didn't know how to do it because Jack was standing in the way. I loved him, I wouldn't leave him, but I didn't know what to do. And finally I just said, Lord, if you want me to live for you, you're going to have to convert Jack or help him or save him or do something with him. And of course, those were the words that I often think I shouldn't have said, but you know, at the time it was very important. You don't know what the Lord has planned for your life. So it wasn't 3 weeks later and he came home. He had been talking with some Christians about the Lord and he wanted a Bible. Well, I just about fell off the chair. But then I said, no, Marva, you wait and see if it's going to be anything real or not. Then I'll say something. So I just waited and it was real. We got the Bibles. He started reading them. Of course, he started in the back of the book because he wanted to get the good stuff first. It's always been his strategy, you know. But he got back there, and I think he said there was nothing back there. He says, but dragons, and stars, and candlesticks, and you know, on and on like that didn't mean much to him, and he couldn't understand why he couldn't read this book and understand it. Well, then the Lord showed him. He wound up being converted, and we started going to church. He had started out in Skid Row in Chicago, preaching on the streets and in the missions. And then the family started going to church again. Oh, to show how naive you are. I thought that that's all we had to do was go to church. And I was so happy my family was in church and they'd be safe and they'd be okay and everything would just be great. Well, obviously that isn't what happened.
And in June of 1958, Jack had known, he knew by then that he wanted to be a preacher, and of course we knew we had to go to seminary, you know, we had to do this, that, and the other thing. So Ryan was just newly born, and I couldn't take him on that long trip to Pennsylvania. Then we got to the seminary. We stayed at a couple in the church that lived out there, and he was a pastor. We stayed at their house one night, and then we went to the seminary. And they met us there and showed us through the building and encouraged us every way they could, you know. And I thought, well, I could get a job, you know, while he's going to school, you know, and if the church helps us, you know, well, it was a plan anyway, whether we did that or not. And so afterwards we left, we were walking across the campus, and I said to Jack, I said, what do you think? And he says, this isn't where God wants me. And I just about fell on the ground. I just was stunned. I wasn't expecting that answer at all. And I said, what do you mean? He says, this isn't where God wants me. And I thought, what do we do now? You know. Well, Jack says to me, he says, what do you want to do now? And I said, what do I want to do now? I want to go home. I've got a baby. You know, I can't leave that baby with my mother. She's not that young anymore, you know. And so we got in the car and we headed for home. But I just thought we missed what God wanted us to do, you know. We missed it or something, you know. Well, then, of course, as time went on, I found out we didn't miss it. We started the church at Rousseau, and it grew, and here we are 30 years later.